everybody, Sticks here with the Token Minorities, bringing you another deck on Pokemon TCGO, and today we have a deck centered around Mega Manectric-EX with 210 HP, so it's one of the weaker Mega Evolutions in terms of HP, but it has the Turbo Bolt attack for 1 Lightning and a colorless. You can attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, so it is phenomenal for acceleration. And normally you want to have Mega Manectric with something else that requires a lot of energy to attack for a lot. So I am pairing it today with Yveltal-EX just because I really like it. I really liked the Yveltal-EX Gallade Zoroark break deck, so I'm featuring Yveltal in a deck once again with the Evil Ball attack, which is mostly what we'll be using it for, which is 20 plus 20 times the number of energy attached to both active Pokemon. So that will be the primary target of Mega Manectric-EX apart from other Manectric-EX. And before I really get into the deck, just a reminder, if you like this video or found it helpful, please leave a like, drop a comment, maybe subscribe to us. It really helps us out and allows us to be able to do more stuff for you on the channel and bring more decks and blah blah blah, all that stuff. Now, as for the Pokemon, we have 2 Shaymin EX just because draw support and Shaymin is phenomenal for that. We are running 2 Baby Yveltal for the Oblivion Wing attack. For 1 Darkness Energy, you can attach a Darkness Energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So that is great for acceleration as well, except Yveltal is limited to only Darkness Energy. However, that's where we will most likely be using our colorless energy cost on Manectric and Mega Manectric. So Yveltal, you're okay with starting with it. You normally want to start with like a Manectric or something to be able to hit immediately, but Yveltal is a perfectly fine starter anyway. We're running 3 Yveltal-EXs for the Evil Ball, like I said, and the Y-Cyclone, which hits for 90, and you can move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So slap a Muscle Band on it, hits for 110, you can knock out a Shaymin. And basically all 3 of the main attackers in this deck, well, 4 if you count Mega Manectric and Manectric, all 3 of them are able to accelerate energy in one way or another. Yveltal and Mega Manectric, excuse me, from the discard pile, and Yveltal from the active to the bench. And as you can see, we are running a 4-3 line because Manectric is actually a great attacker on its own. With Overrun, you can do, it's just kind of a nice little hit one, hit another on the bench, like kind of a sniping thing. And then Assault Laser for 2 energy, so same exact cost as Turbo Bolt, and it does 60 plus 60 if your opponent has a tool on it, which is really great considering all the float stones and the muscle bands running around, and also the head ringer, which we are running, which I will get into a little bit later. So we're running 4 Manectric, 3 Mega Manectric, and that is it for the Pokemon. Rather small line comparatively. We are running 2 Battle Compressors to get energy into the discard pile, and occasionally a supporter if we have a VS Seeker and no draw support, so that's kind of nice, and that's what that's for. An Enhanced Hammer, because we are using Pokemon that attack relatively cheaply, we are going to want to disrupt our opponents from being able to hit too hard and build up energy to be able to attack all of our Pokemon and knock them out before we are able to build up enough energy on an Yveltal to be able to take them out. Our Pokemon attack quick, but not necessarily for a lot of damage. They definitely have the potential, but not always. 1 Escape Rope in case we get an Yveltal stuck in the active spot, and it also can act as a makeshift Lysander if you're in the early game. 1 Professor's Letter to get energy from our deck and just bring it to our hand if we are running short or we don't have like an Ultra Ball or something like that to discard them, put them in the discard pile and all of that. 1 Switch again if we get an Yveltal stuck active that we really don't, or a Baby Yveltal stuck active late game when we really want to be attacking for a lot of damage. 4 Ultra Ball to get everything out and also to put energy in the discard pile. Nothing is level ballable or heavy ballable, so we have to run Ultra Ball. That is the only means of searching through our deck for Pokemon that we have, really. Running 3 VS Seekers, not running 4 just because we kind of needed more of a line of other stuff, so only running 3, that's really all we need. 2 Lysander, just because Lysander we want to be able to pull things out, get our opponent stuck, maybe knock out something that they're building up on the bench. 3 Birch, 4 Sycamore, just because I love that line, and whenever possible I add 1 more Sycamore, then another Birch if I have absolute room for it. And then we're running 1 Xerosic to continue with the theme of Disruption, just to discard special energy and tools, kind of like an Enhanced Hammer. And as for the stadiums, we are running 3 Roaring Seas to heal up our Manectrics, and 1 Shadow Circle just to have our Yveltals be without any weaknesses. And also it's kind of nice, each Pokemon that has a darkness energy attached to it has no weakness, so our Manectrics will, more often than not, have a darkness energy attached, so they will not have a weakness either, so Shadow Circle benefits both of them. I just decided that I kind of want Rough Seas a little bit more so that our Manectrics can be healed up and not take chip damage. 3 Manectric Spirit Links, we only have 3 Mega Manectrics, so that's all you're going to need. 3 Muscle Band, maybe 1 for Manectric, 1 for an Yveltal, and 1 for, well, Yveltal-EX, and 1 for a baby Yveltal. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. Muscle Band's great for getting up extra damage. 1 Headringer just to continue with the disruption, and then also do power up Assault Laser if our opponent is running a Pokemon EX in the active spot. 2 Flash Energy only, just because we do have Shadow Circle, which is nice for the darkness energy, so the added effect of not having a weakness is sometimes mitigated just because we have, again, the Shadow Circle and the darkness energy. 2 DCEs, mostly for Yveltal. I mean, that's actually not mostly for Yveltal, it's entirely for Yveltal. If you have to run a Sky Return, then you're kind of screwed anyway. 4 Darkness Energy and 4 Lightning Energy, just as our energy line to be able to attack and with both of our Pokemon and just hit things. So yeah, that is the deck, and let's go ahead and see it in action. Alrighty, we have found one against a Bakarax, I guess is how you'd say it, with a pure dark deck, so I'm interested to see what that is. That could be like a baby Yveltal, Yveltal-EX, Zoroark Break. And we do get the coin flip, so let's see, go for tails. Do we get it? Yes, we do, and even though this deck doesn't necessarily mind going second, if it has a baby Yveltal out there, going first is always nicer, especially if you kind of have this start. Man, I kind of wanted to start with a Manectric or a baby Yveltal, considering we run 6 of those, but I guess starting off with 2 Yveltal isn't necessarily the end of the world per se. Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with that. Let's see what my opponent has. He starts with his own Yveltal, so what I am going to do is play this down onto this Yveltal, play that, go for a Battle Compressor, get some stuff in the discard pile that we don't necessarily need. And I think 1 Darkness, 1 Electric, and like a Lysander or something like that will be, and a Lysander probably, so we'll just go ahead and get rid of those. Might as well play the Rough Seas, I mean, we're going to be discarding it anyway. And Sycamore for 7, and we get some okay stuff. What I can do is go ahead and Ultra Ball away this and this to draw a Manectric. That way I can go ahead and play it down, play the Spirit Link, and then end the turn. So he will more than likely be able to accelerate onto his bench, so that's not a good start for us. I would have liked to start with a Manectric, particularly because he has the Yveltal out, but there's not much we can do. We just work with what we have, and there's no way that I can KO him next turn because he will just live with 10 HP. So what I will kind of have to try to do is attach the DCE here, and then maybe like work some Lysander shenanigans or something like that, even though this will be my second VS Seeker that goes into the discard pile, so the chances of hitting that are highly unlikely. What I am hoping to do next turn is discard, put the DCE onto the Yveltal, hit him for 120, and then maybe like draw the VS Seeker off my Sycamore and Lysander in like the Zorua or the Inkay to hit him with an overrun. That way I get damage on something else, and I'm able to hit the Yveltal on the bench for damage. We do see the Shadow Circle. I don't think it'll really necessarily come into play that much, mostly because, you know, I mean, we'll be hitting this for enough damage that an overrun will kill it with or without the weakness, and we'll already be able to hit these things on the bench. So this is the Inkay that I really liked. It's once during your turn, if this Pokemon is confused, make sure search your deck for a Pokemon that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon. So basically, like, it has an attack that confuses both Pokemon, and then it immediately can evolve next turn, even if you don't have it in your hand. So he does start to get a little bit of stuff onto his Yveltal on the bench. So let's just go ahead and play that onto there. Sycamore for 7, see what we can get. Oh, we do get a Headringer, so that's nice. Do I have a Manectric Spirit Link? Yes, I do. I'm going to go ahead and play that down on this. Go ahead and Ultra Ball away this and this to grab a Shaman because I don't need a 30 Yveltal. Nobody needs a 30 Yveltal. And let's go ahead and play that down. Get a couple more cards. I do like to see that. What I am going to do is play this Manectric and this Yveltal and then go for a Professor's Letter to just grab 2 more energy. And then I'm going to go ahead and Y Cyclone. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Y Cyclone. Move, that way I can power up this on, move this to here. And that way if his Yveltal is able to come in, it's not able to KO me with any kind of attack. And yeah, we're in an okay spot. I'm gonna attach the Flash Energy to the Mega Manectric next turn, then go for a Birch's Observations. Birch's Observations is a scary card, because if you get Tails, then you're really in a bad spot. But if you get Heads, then you know what? You didn't have to discard any resources, and you were able to get a fresh set of cards in your hand. Let's see. I think I might just want to take the prize this turn. So what I can do is play this Muscle Band onto this guy, play the DCE onto, because he's probably going to be able to knock me out next turn. Play the DC onto this guy, go for a Birch's Observations, then go for a Y Cyclone to put the DCE onto the benched Yveltal. And ooh, we do not get anything that's particularly helpful, so what I am going to do is just wait a turn, go for a Y Cyclone, be able to take a prize, move the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I can get a Darkness Energy onto, okay, so that's what I'm going to have to do, take a prize, hopefully get something that we can work with. Okay, we can work with a Sycamore, because then we will be able to get a Darkness Energy more than likely off of it. What I am kind of hoping to do is, to an effect, Lysander in that Yveltal on the bench and then get rid of the Shadow Circle. That way we can just take it out with one hit, and it looks like he is going to go for the Upside Down Evolution to try to, I guess, stall me. That's a smart move. Hopefully I can grab a switch or something like that. I might simply play the Zero Sick to try to slow down his Yveltal a little bit, get rid of the DCE. But it might, I don't know, I probably should have moved the Darkness Energy given the circumstances. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I do, like I said, I run the switch and the escape rope in my deck, so hopefully I will be able to come into that in one way or another. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It really depends on what I'm able to draw this next turn. My opponent is probably, I don't know what he's looking for. Really, he's using a Skylar, probably searching his deck, seeing how many Zoroark he has, or if he has something for a Malamar. I don't know. But okay, he does just grab a Lysander. He's probably going to try to target this Yveltal somehow next turn with his Yveltal. So that is almost definitely what he's going for. He's going for the Confusion Wave with his Inkay to try to buy a turn. What I am going to go ahead and do, I have to Birch's Observations. I'm running a little too low on cards, and I kind of want to keep the stuff, and that's the risk you run. You get... Okay, so what I am going to do is go ahead and play the Muscle Band onto this guy, and I kind of just have to go. I'm just going to Mega Evolve. It'll end my turn, but then this will be something that I can kind of work with. He will be able to get a Malamar, so that's a bit unfortunate. I wasn't able to get anything to switch my Yveltal out. But I mean, we'll see what he has going. Okay, so he is just going to evolve this turn, and this is what I like about the Malamar, is you're able to, no, he's not even using the Malamar. Interesting. Okay, so he does just use a switch. He's going to be able to Evil Ball, or he's going to be able to Lysander in my Yveltal. and Evil Ball it. Yeah, that was a good play. So this is the unfortunate part, because this Yveltal will go down, but I can just go into a Manectric this turn, play an energy onto my Yveltal, and then go for an Oblivion Wing. So we're down a little bit, but if we can get a Manectric going, then we'll be pretty golden, actually. So let's just play a Manectric up there. We even get a Lysander, so what I am going to go ahead and do is play this down, play a Sycamore, hopefully get something, and we do not. So I might have to burn my hand a little bit. Just going to play a switch, or an escape rope rather. There's the escape rope, and I needed that earlier. Let's see what he goes into, because that will really determine what we go into. We're running a little thin on energy, and we can't seem to draw it, so that's the really unfortunate part. So I will have to, I don't know, I'm just going to Shaman for one, see what we get. Maybe something. Okay, we do get a Darkness energy, so what I am going to do is play this down and then retreat into this, and then I'll actually be able to get a KO off of this. So yes, put a Darkness energy onto a Mega Manectric, hopefully draw into an Electric energy. That works. That really, really works. And what I can even do next turn is play the Flash energy onto this Manectric, Lysander in his Yveltal, and get rid of it, assuming he does not have a Shadow Circle. I think I have one more Rough Seas in my deck, or prized, I mean, who knows. So I'm hoping that this turn he will be a little bit stuck and can't really do anything. I do have a switch if he tries to Lysander in an Yveltal or a Shaman or something to confuse it. But he would have to have, I guess if he had a Lysander, he'd be able to get a free prize card. This turn, looks like he is just Ultra Balling, probably trying to get a Zoroark, get a free prize, but yep. And if he has a DCE, then this will be an easy knockout for a Zoroark, or if he has the VS Seeker, that'll be an easy knockout on a Shaman. I've got to hope that he doesn't have that. Okay, please just, I'm hoping he just knocks out the Yveltal, because if he's able to knock out the Shaman, okay, awesome. So what we will be able to do next turn is Lysander in the Yveltal-EX on the bench and just knock it out with a Turbo Bolt, which is really phenomenal for us. So let's just go ahead and play Flash Energy, go for a Lysander, get rid of this Yveltal with a Turbo Bolt, and even power up the Mega Manectric that we have on the bench. And finally our synergy is coming through, because now we have another Mega Manectric powered up in our hand, or on our bench rather. And there's another Electric energy, so I can put that on our Yveltal to even power that up a little bit. His Zoroark will have to go for a Mind Jack. It won't knock us out. I don't think there's any way he can knock us out. What I might try to do if he, no, he's probably just going to attack this turn. I don't think there's any way that he wouldn't, or there's any reason that he would have not to attack. But he is just going to Sacred Ash, put a ton of Pokemon back in his deck. Well, only 4, I guess. He only had 4 in his discard pile. And he's going to judge us. Oh, I hate when people judge me. That's not very nice. So hopefully he didn't get anything that is particularly of use. We do get Ultra Ball. I mean, that's not necessarily useful. He is going to go ahead and, okay, he's just playing his stuff down. This Zoroark will be able to hit us for, I think, 130 damage, which will probably be able to allow us, okay, so he's just going to go for the Entangling Control, bring in a Shaman. So what we have to hope for is an energy of some kind, or a Rough Seas. That is not what we get. So our opponent is able to successfully stall for a turn, which is not the greatest. So what I am forced to do really is, I mean, unless I'm running, I don't think I'm running another Shaman, so what I can do is Ultra Ball, get rid of the Battle Compressor and this Yveltal. Yeah, I don't have anything what I can just do is play this Manectric down and play this onto that, and then end the turn. Hopefully find some way to be able to draw into the switch. I just have to KO 2 more Pokemon to win the match, and if I can get a Mega Manectric out, then I win. I really just need some way to get rid of this confusion. Even a okay, so he does go for a Trash Tentacle. Probably gonna grab, I don't know what it'll grab. I need some way to get the Shaman out of the active this turn. If I can draw a Sycamore or something, or even just in a single energy, I think, yeah, he does draw a Lysander. So we get a Shadow Circle that is of no help to us. So we have to end the turn right here. He will be able to bring in his Zoroark, knock out the Shaman this turn, and then probably Lysander in one next turn. So that is the unfortunate part. Maybe should not have played down the other Manectric, but then again, that wouldn't have mattered. He is just going to VS Seeker. I don't know what he's necessarily going to go for. Is he just going to go for another Lysander, maybe? I don't know what he'd Skyla for. Why would he Skyla this turn when he can knock me out with a Lysander Zoroark? He's just giving me more chances to draw a switch. I really don't know. So, I mean, I'm just really hoping. So I have 3 energy. So I should have 2 lightning energy in my deck, I think. Yeah, because I only have 1 in the discard pile and 1 in play. And then I think I'm out of energy with my, I think I'm out of darkness energy because all of them are in the discard pile, along with DCEs, so that's an unfortunate thing. Maybe get a lightning energy. Oh, that's phenomenal. I'd love to see that. Let's go ahead and retreat into a Mega Manectric to be able to just go ahead and go for the Turbo Bolt this turn. Let's go ahead and do that and put put him on a Shaman probably, just so I can retreat somehow. I think he must have to Lysander something in, so he's probably going to go for this Shaman. So what I am going to do is put him on this one, just in case. I do get hit by the dangerous energy, but that is fine. Oh, there's my Enhanced Hammer. That'd been nice a little while ago when I could have gotten rid of that DCE. But that does mean I will be able to stall a little bit next turn if I need to. Maybe. He is forced to, yeah, he has to Wally, so he's gonna go for a Mind Jack on this Mega Manectric. I don't think it'll be able to knock me out because, let's see, it'll be 160. Yeah, he won't be able to, there's no way he can knock me out this turn. So he does just go for the Mind Jack right now. That will be the game. I'm just going to play out my hand a little more, go for that, play an Enhanced Hammer just to show it off. Go for the Zero Sick to discard. You know what? I'm gonna discard this, and then I'm just, yeah, that's just salty. So go for the Turbo Bolt, get rid of that Zoroark, put 1 energy onto the Yveltal just as a celebration, and we do win this match. Whew, that was a really, really tough one, but whew, man. So they were able to stall us for a little while. That energy was very, very clutch to be able to retreat the Shaman, and wow, that was a very tough match. I mean, that my opponent's deck really threw me for a loop. He got some clutch Lysanders that were able to stall me and keep me from being able to do much, and we even flipped 3 tails. I mean, those birches did not like me at all that match. But anyway, that is the deck, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And this is Styx signing out. Why not? See you guys.